This is April 19th, and this is our Sunday school lesson for today. Our story is Doubting Thomas, and this is John 20, verse 19 through 31. And we're going to start off with a recipe, as usual. What if I told you that in less than 10 minutes, we're going to have ice cream in this bag? Without going to the store, without getting it out of the freezer, we're going to have ice cream in here. Now, if you've never done this before, you might be doubting, like, okay, probably not. We're not going to use an ice cream maker. We're not going to run to DQ. We're going to make it in this bag. If you've never done this before, you're probably like, I doubt it. But I will show you. So what you're going to need are a few ingredients you probably have at home. You're going to open up your quart-size bag. And you're going to dump in 1 cup of half and half. We're going to dump in 1 tablespoon of sugar. And we're going to dump in 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And we're going to close the bag tightly. Nice and tight. And just to be safe, I'm going to put it in another quart-sized bag so it doesn't break. So we have our bag of cream in a bag. Now, you're going to take a gallon-sized bag, fill it halfway with ice, and we're going to dump in there a 1/4 cup of ice cream salt. If you don't have ice cream salt, it's sold like this. If you don't have it, you can use coarse salt that you use for pretzels, or you can use double the amount of regular table salt. So we have our big bag of ice and salt. And in there, we're going to stick our bag of cream. Squeeze the air out and zip it tight. Okay. Now, we're going to wrap it in a towel. Just like this. And we're going to shake it just like this for 6 minutes. I'm going to pass them off to my hands. Thank you, hands. Shake for 6 minutes. While that's happening, I'm going to tell you the story of Thomas. Remember, this is John 20, verse 19 through 31. And after Jesus rose from his grave, not a lot of people believe that it happened. They heard about it, but they were like, no, he didn't do that. So one of those people were one of his disciples named Thomas. So the following week, after this all happened, after he rose from his tomb, he met up with some of his disciples, and he showed him his hands, holes in his hands, holes in his side, and he said, look, it's true, I'm alive, I'm here. So the disciples ran and told Thomas, because he wasn't there that day. And they're like, Thomas, Jesus is alive. Jesus is here. Jesus has risen. Thomas is like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. And I'm not going to believe it until I see holes in his hands, until I can stick my fingers in those holes, until I can see the wounds on his side. I'm not going to believe it. So a few days later, Thomas and Jesus meet up. They were in a room. It was a locked room with the other disciples to be, it's not like someone snuck in. And Jesus says, look, Thomas, here I am. So Thomas stuck his fingers in the holes in Jesus' hands. He touched the holes in Jesus' side. And he said, my Lord, my God, you are alive. You have risen. Christ is risen. And then Jesus said, because you have seen me, you have believed. And he said, blessed are those who have not seen me, but who have believed. And this is a very important story, because even though we physically don't see Jesus, we physically have not seen him the way that we imagine him to be, we know he's there. We have to have faith. We have faith that he's there. And even though we can't physically see him, we see him in so many ways. We see him in ways of people helping other people, And we see him in ways of our kindness to other people. So even though we can't see him, we're blessed by Jesus because he knows we believe. Okay, so now that we know about doubting Thomas, we're going to check on our ice cream. Hands? Thank you. All right, so we are unwrapping our bag of ice. So it should be completely solid. It's not moving around in here. We have our solid ice cream. If it's not solid yet, maybe you need to add a little more ice and shake it for a few more minutes. All right. Hands, you want to taste? Give like a thumbs up. He likes it. All right, we're going to put it in a bowl and we can put our favorite toppings in it. Squeeze it into a bowl. So we have our ice cream. Hold on, I'm going to do that in a minute. We're going to put caramel, some chocolate, some sprinkles. Hold on. And here's our sundae. So remember, even though we can't see God, we don't doubt God. We know he's there. Even though we can't see him, we have faith. And God blesses us because we have faith. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see how the girls